Currently, Korean webtoons are the most advanced medium in the world. Manga in Japan is the standard for the rest of the world. Webtoons are doing very well because Korea has set the standard for the rest of the world. I think Oksu Station Ghost can be seen as the originator. Until then, the only way to watch comics on a computer was to scan comic books. One day, people said there was something really scary, and it became a hot topic. And that was the Cornfield Ghost, because it was a completely different format than anything that had been done before. First of all, it made you scroll down, which is now the norm. You keep scrolling down as if you're about to see something, and then at the end, the ghost jumps out. It was a format that people hadn't experienced before, so everyone was freaking out. From that point on, I think webtoons were able to reach people differently in Korea. It was introduced not only in Korea but also abroad, and people were equally surprised. When I heard that The Ghost of Oksu Station was going to be made into a movie, I was both excited and worried. A webtoon is a very simple story, so you can watch it briefly and be surprised. A movie is completely different because you still have to fill 90 minutes with content. In the beginning, it creates suspense as it seems like it will or won't come out so that you can watch it with expectations. The truth is, whether or not you believe in ghosts depends on the individual. Some people think there are ghosts, others think there aren't. People who don't believe in ghosts basically have no reason to be frightened by horror movies or TV shows. They'd rather be horrified and scared by people killing people. If there are no ghosts, there's no reason to be scared. But people who watch horror movies are always scared. The biggest reason to be scared in a horror movie is not the visuals. It's the sound and music that scares people, not the visuals. Horror movies scare you, but they do it with music that heightens your emotions. If you watch a horror movie and it doesn't scare you, the movie is a failure. You don't have to have ghosts or ghosts appear out of nowhere to make a movie scary. Those are the two main things I look for in a horror movie to scare me, and unfortunately, this movie has neither. It's set in a cornfield like no other, so it's a very familiar, everyday horror. Oksu Station is still a station that a lot of people use, and I've been there a lot. I think it was important to give people a sense of real-life horror or make them imagine it. I had the writer of the Japanese movie, Ring, working on the screenplay, so it had that feeling. The fact that the well was set in Seoul was absurd and didn't fit the Korean context. Moreover, it would have been great if the horror of the webtoon was properly realized, but it didn't show that. I think we tried to connect the narrative in a weird way, so the content became a little weird. Especially in horror movies, there is no scare or surprise at the end. Since I watched it in the middle of the day, I think it could have been scary at night, but I was very disappointed.